This is Guan, arguably Taiwan's biggest influencer. This is Guan in China doing a live stream selling close to $100 million worth of goods. And you know, Guan used to be a big Taiwanese independence supporter, big DPP booster. So I'm going to tell you his story. And first of all, people ask me, why do you do these stories in English, Larry? If you care so much, go do it in China or Taiwan and speak Mandarin. You know, you must be an agent creating these stories for the West. First of all, it's because I live in the West. I grew up in the West. I also live in Taiwan. Anyways, it's super annoying that everyone I talk to, they lose their minds if I say anything positive about China. If I say that, you know, if I tell them my political position as a Taiwanese. By the way, the true Taiwanese are the indigenous. That's why it's even more correct to say I'm Chinese Taiwanese. You know, I'm not trying to take over the indigenous position in Taiwan. Anyways, before I ramble on, Guan. They call him the Taiwanese Joe Rogan, but he's much more than that. He does a lot of business. This is his business. He does a lot of influencing in Taiwan and China now. And he's moved into selling stuff on live stream. The point is, how does someone like Guan go from supporting Taiwanese independence, Taiwan's biggest influencer, to now proudly saying he's Chinese? Well, you know, he grew up without a dad, basically. He had a pretty tough life growing up. And he also admits he did some bad things. He was also in the army. He'll say himself he's not the most educated person. So, you know, it was very popular 10 years ago to support Taiwanese independence and just kind of be like, yeah, whatever. I'm not Chinese, I'm Taiwanese. And just kind of really embrace that. That was in vogue in Taiwan. So you were a cool kid if you were saying that out loud. You were sort of seen as tough and radical in a good way, you know, good trouble, good grief. I remember I went on a date with this girl and we were browsing Zara in downtown Taipei, and I said something like, "Yeah, I really like Canadian Chinese food," and she suddenly said, "I'm not Chinese," and I was like, "What do you mean? We're speaking Chinese right now. Our country's name is Republic of Taiwan, Republic of China," and she's like, "No, I'm Taiwanese. I'm not Chinese. Don't talk to me about this, or I'll get angry." That's what she told me, and it was a first date, you know.